Hello and welcome to Country Roads Confidential. This is your host, Chris Anderson, publisher of earsports.com, the West Virginia site on the 247sports.com network. Depending on which avenue you are consuming today's podcast or video cast, you will not see my regular co-host, Mike Casaza, next to me. You will not hear him either. Instead, you will hear and see Rodney Gallagher, the top commit in West Virginia's 2023 class. Rodney, how are you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Rodney's joining us this evening as part of our special earsports VIP member Q&A, where our VIP members have the cues and our guests have the answers. So today we have some questions for Rodney from our members. But before we get to that, I think we kind of have to start with a little bit with recruiting. Just the other night, West Virginia made it official that Neal Brown would be back to be head coach at West Virginia. What does that mean to you when you heard that from the university or from the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's definitely big. Everybody knows I love Neal Brown. He did a great job recruiting me, and he's a great guy. And I just feel like too many people try to jump on him too fast, and he's doing great things, and he has a bright future for the guys that are committed in the program in general. We got things rolling here, and I think for sure it was big news, and a lot of the guys in the commits are super happy about it.
How did you find out? Had they told you already, or and I guess this is one of the questions actually, had they been talking to you as if it was coming back, he was coming back all along?
Yeah, I really wasn't getting too much information because, it was so undecided at that point, and they were kind of waiting for the new AD to come in and stuff like that. So I kind of found out just through Twitter, really. And when I saw it and it was official, he reached out and said that he was coming back.
That's great. So are you still planning on taking any more visits? I think there's 2 or 3 more weekends before signing day. Do you have any more visits planned?
I don't.
Okay. And are you still planning on signing early? I think it was December 21st.
Yeah.
Okay. And with West Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we got the obligatory recruiting questions out of the way. So now I'll turn to questions from our members. Again, these were posted to our board. One of them was, again, related to that. From Preston County here, what was the communication like from the staff kind of throughout this whole process when Neal Brown's status was uncertain? I mean, I think you kind of answered that, but were they saying anything else different to you over the last, say, couple months?
Yeah, so I really didn't want to blow up, Neal Brown too much. He was also obviously going through a lot. So I really kept in contact with safeties coach, Coach Wright, and the wide receiver coach, Coach Washington. And those were 2 actually big guys that helped me in this recruiting as well. And so I really kept in contact with them, and I just always kept it real from the start and told them what I was planning to do, and just wanted to have, type of backup plan in case things with South with Coach Brown. So that was really my communication, and they always kept keeping it positive, and they were always there for me when I needed them. So they helped a lot.
Good. Speaking of this class, and you talked about some of the other players being excited for Neal Brown being back, some of the other commits. WVU Flyer asks, do you and the current members of the recruiting class talk often? And then somebody else asked, are you guys still working on some other players to try to add to the class?
Yes, we talk almost every day. We have a group chat through Instagram and also iMessage. So we keep in contact, and all throughout the process of, if Coach Brown's going to be there or not, we still kept in contact, and, we just all had, plans, and we just wanted to, stick together, and we're going to, turn this program back around, and we're going to do what's best for Coach Brown, and Coach Brown's going to do what's best for us. And really just from that, and I feel like our bond has gotten, closer, and definitely work on a couple more guys. We just offered an offensive lineman that had decommitted from I believe Cincinnati. He's a 4-star lineman, so we're trying to work on him. And I know they're giving out a lot of preferred walk-ons right now, but I feel like there's definitely a bunch of underrated players that we've gave the preferred walk-ons on.
One of your teammates, right?
Yeah, Keandra.
Yeah.
And, I'm really working on him to take this opportunity. And there's a couple other guys also. So we're going to do whatever we need to do and get this thing on track.
Yeah, he was one of your teammate there was one of the top performers over at the 7-on-7 when you guys
Right.
played down there last summer. He was good.
Right.
I got to ask, you talked about that group chat. Anybody in this class you've had to put on mute yet?
No, I
Okay,
haven't. Everybody's kind of, chilled and laid back, and we're all just bought into this thing.
good. Next question comes from Crawdaddy 26554. A lot of talk about, what people enjoy from recruiting, the fun stuff, the good stuff. What have you enjoyed least about the recruiting process? And you won't hurt my feelings if you say the media. It's okay.
No. I mean, honestly, yeah, the media sometimes it gets kind of crazy, but I don't think that was the worst part. The worst part really was, just trying to figure out where you want to go, taking all these different visits, and all the visits, are kind of around like the same thing, and everybody treats you great, and everybody kind of sells you everything that they want to hear, or that you want to hear. So it's just really what the best fit is, and just taking tons of visits and all stuff like that to really figure out where you want to go to school.
And well, speaking of telling everything you want to hear, AJD62 asks, in the age of NIL, what's the wildest thing you've heard promised from a school? You don't have to name the school, but what are some of the wild things you've been heard offered?
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not really into the NIL thing right now. I'm a guy that likes to earn things. So just me doing my thing. Whenever I get to school and stuff like that, that's when I kind of want to earn the NIL. So like, I haven't really talked to schools when they talked about NIL and stuff. I really didn't get into any of that. So that's kind of my answer for that one.
Got it. WVU Corgi asks, and I think he's alluding to a picture that I believe it was your sister posted of you as a small child at a WVU game. What was your first memory of Mountaineer Field? What was your first memory?
I believe I went to the game when Geno Smith and them were there, and they played trying to think what team it was, but it was one of the first games of his senior season, and he went insane. I can't remember what it was, but that was my memory, just seeing them winning and hearing all the country roads and stuff like that. So that was kind of my first memory.
Well, also in that game was Tavon Austin, and that brings us to our next question from Wicked Jester. How much did watching Tavon Austin growing up play into your decision?
A lot. I mean, just the way they got the ball in his hands, I truly believe I can do the same or better. And that's how much belief I have in myself. And just watching him do his thing, and them just allowing him to basically do what he does best, and just create in space. That's something, I love to do. I love to have the ball in space and then just create. And I feel like if Coach Harrell, he's did a lot with putting guys in space. So I'm very excited about that. And just, like watching this tape, I mean, he has one of the best college mixes ever. So just watching that gets me even more, pumped up.
Speaking of, still 100% wide receiver, correct, at West Virginia?
Yeah.
Now, that's the plan, and you don't have to tell the coaches this, but what's your favorite position? Is it wide receiver, or do you like quarterback more?
It is wide receiver.
Okay.
I have tons, and I'm ready to play it. And I had tons of fun when I came down there and played it for 7-on-7. So I've always loved that position since I was little. I just really never got a chance to play it.
Next question comes from Snufficator. Who's the opponent you're most looking forward to playing when you get to West Virginia? Obviously, Big 12 guys. I'm going to throw out some non-conference ones for you too. Pitt, Penn State will be on the schedule. I think you might be there for by the time they circle back around on Alabama and a couple of those other teams. So who are you looking forward to most to playing?
Definitely Pitt next year. My sister, she's on the dance team at Pitt. So just getting the chance to play against her school and her being there while I'm on the other team is going to be a great moment for me and my family.
Have you guys already started trash talking?
She's not really a trash talker. So she said she's going to be cheering for me on the low. So that's all I care about.
All right. Well, it won't be on the low anymore because now it's recorded and we'll put it out there so everybody at Pitt knows.
Yeah.
Next question from Cobb0012. What factored into your decision to choose football over basketball at the next level?
I honestly think it was the opportunity and for my future, what was best for me. Me kind of being undersized for basketball kind of played a part in it when my recruiting became very slow at about my sophomore year. People were so worried about me picking football, so my recruitment didn't blow up at all for basketball. So just really looking to my future. And my dad asked me on the way home from a Steelers game what I really wanted to do and think about it. And I told him I wanted to play football, and it's paid off. So I'm gonna continue to do it.
So there's no chance. I think I had about 6 questions asking if there was any chance you were going to suit up for Huggins when you got to Morgantown.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay. Just checking. I think we're about wrapping up. We'll finish it up with this one more question. What are some realistic expectations do you have for yourself in your first year at West Virginia University?
Yeah, it's a great question. Honestly, coming in and proving myself why I need to be there, and proving myself why I want to be the best teammate and the best player on this offense. And I want to do everything to fulfill that. And I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to lead my team as much as possible. And like I said, I just want to be a part of this to turn this around and go win. And like I said, I've been a proven winner all throughout my high school career, and I just want to lead that on to college, and we're going to go do our thing.
Awesome, Rodney. I really appreciate you coming on, and I'm sure all our members do over at Ear Sports. Thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.